Right, guys. Okay, so welcome once again to Rampant Lion Reviews for a little live stream. So, yeah, we'll see how this one goes. So, I kind of thought we would continue on with just what we've been doing over the last little while, and the first hour or so will be it'll be me showing you some of the beers and things I've picked up at Systembolaget over the last wee while, and also we'll have some of the other guys, some of the other beer tubers looking later on and things. So we'll see how it goes. Let's just see how we get on here. Sorry, a little bit out of breath just because I was cycling to pick up my dinner and get back in time for this. On Wednesday nights, I have my Japanese class from 7 until 8:30. So I had like a half-hour window to get to town and get back. So, it was a little bit just a little bit crazy, to be honest with you. So, yeah, that's just how it goes at times. But yeah, let me just set up one or two things here, and we'll see how we get on here. So yes, there we go. Right. So yes, there we go. So yeah, there we go. Now I can keep an eye on the live comments and things like this. So yeah, there we go. So anyway, now I'm ready. So I went to town, picked up some food, and now we are ready to go. So I'll just show you what I got for my dinner, because this is one of my favorite Swedish inventions. So this is it. Kebab pizza pommes with vitlök sauce. So basically, kebab pizza with chips on the top and a shitload of garlic sauce, and it's beautiful. Absolutely love it. So yeah, unfortunately, during this stream, I will be munching away on some beautiful kebab pizza because I haven't eaten all day. I saved up, whenever I have this, basically I save up specifically to eat this because it's worth it. It really is worth it just to kind of gorge yourself on this kind of thing. So yeah, you will see me eating some kebab pizza, and of course I've got my aspartam to go with it. So absolutely. Yeah, oh yeah, nice. We've got a few comments already. So Steve, yeah, Steve from the Netherlands. Nice to see you again, dude. Is it a lot easier to remember your login name now rather than it being Steve E with the crazy number of E's? I still don't get how you could remember your login for YouTube. Steve E. I don't know. Oh, we've got Adam watching as well, dude. Nice, nice to see you along as well. And as I said in the International Haze video, I hope you're doing well as well. Just sorry, this stream's going to start a little bit slow because I'm just kind of just sort of want to chill for a minute before we get going, Oh yeah, Adam, yeah, exactly. Lots of nice calories on this one too. Yeah. So yeah, I'll just flick through some of the comments and let you guys see them. So yeah, we've got Stevie, who used to have a ridiculous username on YouTube. He's been watching the channel for kind of on and off for years actually, but his name used to be like Stevie, and I could never imagine how he remembered his username to log in and things if he ever got logged out. Adam he'd been watching the channel for like 18 months or something like that, and then for a while was watching religiously, brain's not working. So yeah, Adam was watching the channel religiously for a wee while, then he got ill. So as I said, Adam, I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, plenty of calories in the kebab pizza, no deep fried. You don't really get deep fried in Sweden, to be honest with you. Excel files with login details, that makes sense. Yeah, good to hear that you're doing better. Maybe, yeah, hopefully the no deep fried pizza with Mars bars then. Not in Sweden. No, it's all about the kebab pizza and the falafel and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's what you do. Anyway, so before we get the others on a little bit later, I thought I'd show you some of the beers I picked up, I actually made an order to Glassbanken, and I was hoping that that would arrive today, and I could show you those as well. But maybe I need to do a second live stream for an hour or something, just a short one, because today this one will be a little bit of a longer one, but it's not going to be insanely long. Maybe we'll probably do it till like midnight or something, I would think. But the English guys obviously are an hour behind and things. Oh yeah, Real Pills there. Yeah, Slanje, nice to see you. Right, so let's get cracking and show you what beers I picked up. So these ones are the local and Småskaligt assortment from May 2020. So these will be getting reviewed over the next couple of weeks. So we've got this one. Let me take the comment away so you can see it. Yep. So we have this one from Hooligans brewery, and as I've said to you in a few videos, their Hooligans IPAs are really kind of classic, old school sort of West Coast type IPA. I really like it actually. So I'm curious to see what their lager beer is like. There's these guys seem to be releasing a new beer every month after not releasing very much for a very long time. So hopefully, you know, that continues. The Svensk lager. Then we have this one, which I think should be quite interesting. This one is a wheat braggot from Neapolitan brewery. So yeah, it's basically some sort of light mead. Essentially, this I got this one because I don't think I've ever reviewed a braggot for you on the channel. So this one again was just something that I thought would be really really interesting. So there we go. More comments. What we got? Yahida Welsh. Oh yeah, no, I've heard Simon at Real Ale Craft Beer saying that actually. Yeah, Yahida. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. So yeah, we have this one, and this is another brewery who I hadn't heard anything from. This one is Bergslagen Brewhus, who are from. Doesn't actually say. I need to look that up. In a Smedjebacken. I don't know where that is, but yeah. This one's a double IPA. So always cool to have a look at some new breweries in Sweden, of course. So what's in my glass just now? This aspartame. Yeah, so just enjoying a wee Cola Zero at the moment, and then I've got some beers for after the pizza. So yeah. So next one, we're going to go back to Jämerdalen Hantverksbryggeri. So these guys are a sour beer brewery from, you know, way up in the north, like pretty much right next to Finland, almost away right up at the Finnish border. So these guys are very, very good in my experience. This one's the Tripedalism, so it's some sort of sour tripel. This one will be this one's 9.6%. So this is going to be an absolute monster, I think. So I'm really curious to try that. I've been impressed with the sour beers that I've had from these guys over the next little while, but these guys only produce very, very small amounts. I'm sure they said it was about 5,000 litres or something they produced over 2019, so a very, very small brewery. And this beer, I think, was about 90 crowns. So a little bit more pricey, but, you know, sour beers are always a bit of a treat. You know, you've got to kind of take them as they go. And yeah, on this one, I've not had something from these guys in a little while. This one's a big, pardon me, this one's a big 750. Jeez. Yeah. So this one is the Fodder Unblended. So they released a couple of sour beers, and I just thought this one sounded like the most interesting that they were releasing this month. So yeah, there we go. An unblended farmhouse ale, fermented and aged in oak cask with our house culture, bottle conditioned, cellar series. So this one I think should be quite interesting. I'll be sharing this with a friend. I think it's 7.5%. So, you know, if I really wanted to, I could drink it myself. But, you know, a big bottle like that, you know, I would be happy with a 330, to be honest with you. That would be it. Yeah, I felt that I hadn't had anything from Brewski in a little while. I'm sorry, Brewski, I'm being an idiot. I felt I hadn't had anything from Bryggeriet in a little while, actually. So I thought I would order one of their beers. So this one is the Rodzina, and this one is a collaboration with Brova Stu Mostov. So I'll need to do a bit of research on them before I open this one up. But this one comes in at 6.2% ABV, and they're describing it as it's a sour ale aged in red wine barrels for 13 months and then blended with cherries and raspberries. So this one, I think, might be very, very nice. Maybe something akin to like a Flanders Red of some, maybe could be something similar to that. So yeah, this one I think will be really quite nice actually. I'm hoping that I've not had this one before. If not, if I have, I'll maybe save it and swap it with somebody else for something like that. Yeah, this is one, Kvarngårdens. These guys, if I remember correctly, are I've had beers from these guys before. But this one's just this is a Pilsner beer. I've always thought that the lagers are a little bit kind of underrated. So this is just one Redig Pilsner. I thought it'd be quite nice to have a wee go at this one, Kvarngårdens. So this will be my second beer from these guys. And these guys are from Småland, Växjö. So yeah, this one should be quite nice to try, actually. I always like trying different beers from different breweries. Another one that should be quite cool, actually. This one is the, how do we say, Erotica? This one is Molly's Dubbel Erotica, if I remember right. So this one is like some sort of raspberry sour. So this one I think will be kind of, so it's a raspberry saison apparently. So yeah, I always enjoy a nice raspberry beer. So this one I think will be really quite nice. So we'll need to see it. It's quite cool to see these in a can, of course, as well. There's a few more comments there. So a thumbs up from Real Pilsner at the Aspartum. Good. Yeah, Michael's asking, what is my favourite Scottish brewery? That's a hard one, actually. There's some really good ones. I mean, since I left Scotland in 2015, I think the beer scene in Scotland has kicked off a little bit, actually. There's a lot of really good breweries in Scotland now. I mean, Overtone are doing some really good IPAs. I want to try a few more because I've only tried 2 of them. But a lot of people are telling me that their West Coast IPAs are very good as well. I know the New Englands are really good. So Overtone are definitely in with a shout just now. Vault City are doing some really nice sours. The Iron Brew sour that I had, I really liked. I also liked the sour IPA that I had from those guys as well. Dead End Brew Machine, I had a beautiful, beautiful stout from them. So they're a very, very good brewery at the moment as well. Of course, Fierce Beer do some really nice stuff. I do like 6 Degrees North as well, actually. Their Belgian beers are very nice. I've not had something from them in quite a wee while, though. It's difficult to pick. It's actually difficult to pick a favourite. I like Stewart Brewing's IPAs as well. They use a lot of New Zealand hops, so I do like Stewart Brewing. But yeah, difficult to pick a favourite. I mean, the quality of beer, I think, in Scotland over the last 3 or 4 years has really, it was good already, but it was still, the scene was still quite kind of, the scene was still quite traditionally influenced. And I think now it is actually starting to move more towards the American beers more than anything else. So I think that's a good thing. You're getting a few more adventurous breweries rather than the traditional breweries kind of dominating. So yeah, I've got a couple, probably to answer your question, Michael, is a couple of favourite breweries. I think Overtone, Dead End Brew Machine, Vault City, Stewart, 6 Degrees North, and Fierce. Those are probably my favourite breweries that I've had in the last wee while from Scotland. So I can't really give you one, sorry, but yeah, probably those 5, 6 different breweries that I've just mentioned there are very, very good. Black Isle are getting a little bit more adventurous as well, actually. And but if it goes, back to, there's a few beers that I really like. I mean, the Jarl from Fine Ales is always a bit of a classic. The Schiehallion from Harveston, one of my locals. I always enjoy a bit of Caesar Augustus from Williams Brothers as well. Those, and the Old Jock, those are always, some really, really good beers. Tempest, I'm forgetting about Tempest. Tempest are very, very good brewery. I'm forgetting to mention them. Tempest are great. Pretty much any style they try, they do very, very well at. The Brave New World was a lovely IPA from them. So yeah, always look for Tempest when I go home. I always try to get at least one review from, I try to go round the breweries. When I do get home, I try to get at least one beer from all of the different breweries that I like and review that for you. So yeah, roundabout way of asking your question, Michael, sorry. So yeah, getting a laugh at my aspartame from Real Pills Nerds, don't blame you there. Nice choice of beers. We're not finished yet, we'll go over a few more. But yeah, nice choice of beers there, yeah. Overtone and Pilot are my favourite Scottish brewers at the minute. Though, yeah, Pilot, I don't know if I've actually ever reviewed something from them. I think that's one of the breweries that I do need to tick off the list actually. So yeah, I need to review something from Pilot. Yeah, they're from Edinburgh if I remember rightly. I need to have a look at something from Pilot Brew actually and review that for you. Yeah, Overtone, I agree with, though these guys are kind of very up and coming. They've got an American brewer, if I remember rightly. It's actually a Chinese guy that owns the brewery, and then they've got an American brewer, and then there's a Scottish assistant brewer, if I remember right. So Overtone is quite an international team. They're in Yoker. So yeah. 6 Degrees North, I like a lot. Yeah, I agree. I was at 6 Degrees North on either the opening night or the second opening night in Aberdeen at their bar there. But yeah, I need to go down to the Marine Hotel actually in Stonehaven and do a wee visit there. I met the owner, Bob. Actually, he's a very nice guy. Spent a lot of time in Belgium, and that's where his whole love of Belgian beer started. I'm sure he owned a hotel in Belgium, if I remember right. I'm sure he told me that at the time. Could be wrong. It could have been a hotel in Scotland. 71 Brewing are an up-and-coming brewery. I filmed a little out and about video, Craig, at 71 Brewing, so you could have a look at that if you wanted. I had a good Dunkel beer from them. That was the first beer I ever had, and I was really impressed with how authentic that Dunkel was. So yeah, no, I like that. 71 Brewing, I think, are good. I need to try a few more beers from them. I think they moved in and they got new equipment, so their beers went down a little bit, but they now seem to be on the way back up, I think, as well. And yeah, no, Craig, I agree with you as well that Vault City are very, very good, actually. We need to get you up to Scotland and we'll do some filming together in Edinburgh, take you to the Hanging Bat and stuff. That would be good. Craig's got family up in Scotland as well, though, so that's the other thing. Craig's got quite strong ties to Scotland, actually. So yeah, the next one that we have here, this is a brewery that I haven't reviewed something from in a wee while, actually. So yeah, we have this one from Den Bruigende Hooligans. So this one is take away Craig's comment just now. This is basically the Brewing Dutchman, it's called. So yeah, this is one, I actually found this quite funny. This reminds me of Remy a little bit. So Remy from the Netherlands, this kind of thing, it just reminded me of him because he's got the hair, and it's quite, I'm sure his symbol that he has in his channel is actually a little bit similar to that. But yeah, this, for the Dutch guys at the Dutch Craft Beer Collective, this is a brewery. I need to remember and take a bottle of their beer down to these guys when I go down to the Netherlands, hopefully later this year or early next year. That's something that I need to look into, actually. But yeah, this one, milk chocolate stout, Chocolat. It's been a while since I've reviewed anything from Den Bruigende Hooligans. I forget where these guys are from. Nesta. I can't remember where that is, actually. But yeah, okay. So the next one we have, this is another brewery who I hadn't heard of, and I just picked it up because I thought, well, these guys are interesting. So yeah, Ilbatting Brewing, and this is their Traitor's Porter, 5.2%, and this one is brewed in Gävle, which is further north of Uppsala, so about halfway up the east coast of Sweden, if I remember rightly. Or Gävle. I think Gävle is actually inland a little bit, if I'm remembering. Pardon me correctly. No, I don't think it's right on the coast, but I could be mistaken there. But yeah, this is just another brewery who I hadn't tried anything from before, so I thought, well, let's get them reviewed and see what see what they're all about. Yeah, this is one that I'm excited for. So yeah, Vapnu Gors Brewery. These guys are from up near Halmstad, which is about an hour and a half-ish north of me in Lund. And I think, I forget who it was, but I mean, I was recommended a while back the Alna double IPA from these guys, and I also reviewed the another one of their IPAs. I forget the name of that one, but these guys were doing some really nice hazy New Englands. And just going by the look of this one actually looks, when you put the light through it, this looks more like a kind of West Coast-ish type IPA. But I saw that this was released. This was a new release, so I thought, well, I like the last beers I had from these guys, so we'll have a little look at this one then and see what we've got. So yeah, a few more comments then. Stevie's saying, yeah, I agreed. They're also growing their exports. I've seen some of Vault City Sours recently in the Netherlands. Yep. And they're brewing their beers at 71 Brewing in Dundee now. So they do have a proper space now to brew, which is great. So yeah. And now we've got Michael saying, yeah, love Tempest. They do some really good classic styles. Brave New World can be found in Aldi and is a fantastic IPA for the price. Yeah, no, I would agree with that there. Brave New World was really nice when it came out. One of my favourites was it Marmalade on Rye, it was called. They had a beautiful like double IPA that was kind of orangey leaning, Amarillo Mosaic hops in it, if I remember rightly. But that started off as a collaboration on one of the Brewdog collab fest things, because I remember having that beer for you. It was the first Tempest beer that I ever had, and it was a big half-litre bottle. So if you search Tempest in the channel, you'll find that review. But that was a collaboration between Brewdog and Tempest, and that was the first beer I ever had from them. And I think they took that recipe, amped it up a little bit, and turned it into Marmalade on Rye. I'm sure it was just called Marmalade on Toast. That beer that I reviewed for you back in like 2013-ish, 2014, something like that. So yeah, no, I remember my very first Tempest beer, and then Brave New World, I think, might have been the one that I reviewed second or third, because that when I reviewed Brave New World, I think it was just when they went on, when they had a sort of rebranding, because they used their beer bottles. Their bottles used to be this sort of black and white grey kind of color, if I remember right, and then they introduced the ones that had the kind of trim on them as well, from what I remember. So yeah, that was, but I agree, Brave New World is a really, really nice beer. So right, on to the cans then. Well, the rest of the cans. So yeah, this one I'm really curious about. This one is called Simakumos, and this is a double IPA from Akia Bryghus in Kungsbacka to the south of Gothenburg. I had their rye beer that they released last month, which was called We All Have Names, and I was really impressed with that, actually. That was very, very nice. Yeah, no, this is one I'm really curious to see what this has in store for us. So yeah, looking forward to this one, I have to say. Akia Bryghus from Kungsbacka. Maybe very, very small brewery, but it's cool that their beers are getting across the country now. I'm not sure. This is just one that I picked up because I was interested. We have another one from Pang Pang, this time in Stockholm, the oldest craft brewery in Stockholm. This one is the Boy Juice, and this is one of their regulars from what I understand, but it was one that I just hadn't tried yet, actually. So, yeah, no, this is one that I was just curious to try, actually. So we'll see how we get on with this. Yes, this is one that I'm very excited for. Stigbergets Double Yellow Line. This one is a West Coast IPA. I've been saying for a long time that I wanted Stigbergets to do a West Coast, American West Coast IPA, and they've finally done it. So beware, this is one that I'll probably just jizz myself with. So I'm really curious to see what this one actually has in store for us. I think this one, hopefully, I'm really hoping that I'm not disappointed by this one. Yeah, we'll see. But I think with Stigbergets, you know, they've got two very good brewers there. Ollie Banks of Beavertown and Lucas Monraid, who used to be with All In. They've got a good brew team there. And now, yes, we have. You're going to actually see a lot of Apex Brewing over this month, because I'm going to end up with 5 of their beers. So this one is the Scarab IPA, which comes in at this one's only 5% actually. So this is a little baby one, 5%. IPA. So this one should be quite nice. This is more of a session IPA. So yeah, curious to see how this one turns out. The next one we have is the Zenith IPA. This one is a kind of more standard 6.5% ABV. But yeah, these guys are doing some really nice stuff. I mean, you can see, and basically they changed the animals on top of the symbol for each of these. So yeah, I've got another 3 IPAs. I think they're all double IPAs actually coming with glass banking. So I might do another wee mini unboxing video and just let you see these. So yeah, Craig is saying that all the leaves are brown was stunning. Which brewery are we talking about again, Craig? Is that from Vault City again, or is that 71? I recognise that name, but I can't think who which brewery that is. And Craig, if you're ready to come on, just jump in. Let me just share the link actually. Need to share the link in the group chat. I'm forgetting that. I'm saying come on, and I've not shared the link actually. So let me just stick that in the chat. There we go. So yeah, but my next couple of beers that we have, these are both from Northern Exposure, and this is one I reviewed one of their beers from. I reviewed one of their beers, which was one of the first ones they released, and I got it because it was a red IPA. It's a style that I really love, and it had beets and stuff in it, and it just didn't turn out very nice, to be honest with you. Just wasn't that good a beer, and I felt kind of bad because I nearly got one of the other beers. So we'll show you both of these at the same time. So this is the first kind of IPA that Northern Exposure released. These guys are formerly Nordic Kiwi Brewers, of course. They changed their name. Tempest, all the leaves are brown. Yeah, I never got to try that one actually. I need to keep an eye out for that. And Craig, as I say, that I think the link is in the chat now, so come in if you want to, because we're just about done with the showing. But yeah, this one is the this is the regular IPA, the Dolphin. Get rid of the comment there. But yeah, this one is the Dolphin Love double dry hopped IPA. So this one, I think, will be really quite nice. These guys are from Eckerö, just to the kind of southwest of Stockholm, if I remember rightly. So yeah, and it says on the side here, it's got Kohatu, Mandarina, and Simcoe in it as well, actually. So this one, I think this will be a really nice beer. I'm looking forward to that. I'll need to drink this quite soon, actually, I think. And then the one that is new this month, I think this will be interesting too. This one is the Exothermic Kvike IPA. So this one, 6% ABV, and this has got Mandarina, Nelson Sauvin, and Simcoe in it as well. I mean, the thing with Nordic Kiwi Brewers was that they produced all their beers with with New Zealand hops, actually. So yeah, that was the thing, but they've changed all of their they've changed that whole kind of mantra now to use all different hops. So yeah, I think that will be an interesting move for them, because that was, as I say, that was the novelty of the thing. But I do notice on the cans, if you look at this, let me just bring the camera back up. Yeah, if you look at this, it still says Nordic Kiwi Brewers Albay, if you look at it. So that's interesting. The company must still be called this, and they've just sort of changed the brand name of the beers, which is quite interesting. So yeah, but yeah, that's all the beers that I have really to show you at the moment. Like I say, I ordered from Glassbanken, pardon me, over the weekend, but I thought they might have arrived today, but they didn't. And I checked the PostNord app to see where they are, and it says they've crossed over from Køge in Denmark. So yeah. Yes, no, I just got a message from Davor as well. I was going to try and get Davor, my Slovenian man, on, but he unfortunately the StreamYard app doesn't work. So yeah, I'll need to I'll tell him to get on his laptop and do it. It'd be nice to have Davor on as well. So but yeah, no, it should be good. Hopefully we can get Davor on a little bit Just write to him just now. Yeah. Tell him, stick the laptop on. Stick the laptop on. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I've got a few more comments then. So Michael is saying the Bomber IPA was another Tempest brew that's now rebranded as Soma. Ah, right. Okay. Yeah, Soma is one that I'm pretty sure I've not had that yet. So I need to review that one, because Bomber, that was one that I always wanted to try, and just I never came across a bottle of it, actually, come to think of it. At least I think I saw it once, and I was a poor student at the time, so I didn't buy it. But I think it was actually quite good value, if I remember correctly. So yeah, cooler beer. You got this. Okay. Yeah, I got this. Craig can't join at the moment, but he's definitely going to join later. Good vibes. What's with the colons? Never seen this before. Pride and Joy from Vocation Brewery. Is that... I'm trying to remember. I've seen that beer. I'm trying to think what the can looks like. Is that one of the small 330s? I think is that the small 330 with the green writing? Because am I thinking of the right one? I think it is. Yep. But aye, no, that's one that I should do. I definitely need to do that. Okay. You're just telling the other guys that we are open now, because I've gone through all my beers. I've done what I wanted to do myself. Now we can get everybody else to join. So yeah. So let's feel free to join, guys. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, no, that's it. There we go. Still getting used to this whole kind of StreamYard thing. But yeah, no, Pride and Joy, Vocation Brewery, that's one that I definitely would be keen to review. I need to review it. I was very impressed with Vocation before, so definitely want to review more of those. And we've got Harry now. Harry, how's it going?
Yeah, good, mate. Not too bad. Too bad.
Yep. Fancy a bum?
I'm always up for a bum.
Yeah. Got your gay headphones on as well, I see.
Yeah. Layers back.
Yeah. I'm being a terrible streamer now. I'm on the kebab pizza and things. I'm starving, honestly.
It's like a real ale craft beer of Sweden.
Yeah, my kebab pizza. So guys, for those of you watching from Sweden, I don't know if any of you are watching from Sweden actually. Most of these look like UK viewers of some description. And of course, we've got Stevie in the Netherlands. Yeah, if you want a good kebab pizza in Lund, then you go to Sesam. That's where it's at. Morton's Torget. There we go. But yeah, how was your day, Harry? What have you been up to today?
Everything.
Everything?
Yeah, everything.
Life of a brewer.
Yeah. Yeah, I brewed today, did a 5,000 litre batch of gold. Well, to be precise, 4,993 litres of it is what I got in the. I do like a dip to just work out how much I get, and then loaded up. Well, I filled a tanker, so we had a tanker come down to grab some beer. So I filled that full of 7,500 litres, approximately, of three different beers, and then so that came first thing this morning, a little bit earlier than I was planning. So I was brewing, and then that came. So I had to kind of like sort out all the tanks and get all the pipe work ready for that, which is a bit of a job. And then I had a container come, which needed filling, full of all the Australian stock. So I can say that filling a container is a little bit tricky when you've got to fill it full. And yeah, each pallet was 1,400 kilos. So trying to shift them around is not fun. But yeah, busy day, and I'm shattered, so I'm having a beer.
I can imagine, but the key question of the day, though, Harry, is that 7 litres that you lost. You know, the boss will be on you for why have you lost 0.14% of my yield? That boss, you're going to be getting.
I spoke to him.
Yeah, you'll be getting your knuckles
afterwards. I spoke to him immediately afterwards, and I was like, "So this is the recipe I was following. Why is it that it's like not quite double what a 15 barrel, 2,500 litre batch is. And he was like, I don't know. I was like, well, next time it's going to be more, so we will get the full amount. It was like we're a little bit under on the gravity, and I was like, I don't understand why we were under on the gravity, and then the level was bang on. Well, thereabouts. And I think that something's being written down and something else is being done. I haven't brewed to that size or that specific brew for quite a few months. So yeah, and it might just be the grain. It might be that we've got a new lot of grain since the last time we brewed, and it might just be milled a little bit more finely or less so, and we're just not getting as much kind of sugars out of it as we normally would.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. So many variables.
That's it. No, I mean, when it comes to doing columns and shit, I always remember that in the lab in organic chemistry. Bored the tears off me. But when you do columns, you never get 100% sugar extraction. So, I mean, it's legitimate to say that pretty much every batch of beer is going to be different. It's only really on the macro scale that you can, when you've got the resources of like Paulana and all this, that you can really, go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just reading the book at the moment, and it's talking about Staropramen. I think it's Staropramen they're on about. And they're talking about the QA and QC in kind of checking their beer, and it's so anal. It is a bit nuts. But yeah, the QC that we have is me. Basically just check that it tastes right and looks right, and then obviously the gravity and stuff. But like when we've obviously got the distillery on site as well, so anything that was a little that we were sending, basically we've got a new propagation of yeast, and it doesn't brand new liquid yeast never works quite as well as yeast that's been through a couple of brews. So I've brewed with this one set of yeast. I've brewed with it 4 times now, and it's so much better than the first time we used it. What was happening is basically it was starting to brew and starting to ferment fine, and then it would stop a little bit high. It would stop about 10, 15, and then we just couldn't take it down. So it was basically just getting shocked very easily by chiller, where any form of like chiller coming in on the kit. So so
is there any way to sort of break a yeast strain in, like to like, can you brew a certain style of beer with it that it works better with on the first time? Is there something you can do like that?
We're speaking with, we got a consultant in place, and we've tried a few different methods to stop it from messing up as it has done. Step one was, he said, because we had this last time, we had a new propagation just before everything shut down, and it wasn't fermenting all the way down. It was getting stuck around about the same sort of 10-15 and 10-16. I think the previous batches were even getting stuck higher than that. But what our consultant said to do was basically just, which is also like something that you should never normally do, because it strains the yeast a little bit. If you just basically pitch your wort that you're going to be brewing with, you pitch your wort straight into your yeast, and then shake it around a little bit, see if it has any life. If it likes it, then chuck it in. So we do that now for the first couple of brews, but also what we started doing is what we did the first time. We know what the problem is. As soon as the chillers come in, so the chillers come in at 22 degrees because we want to keep the fermentation temp beneath that. And the chiller comes in and basically just shocks the yeast, and the yeast goes, you know what, I'm not going to do any more work because whatever. And so that happened the first time. The second time we set a higher temp on it, so it didn't come in, and it hit that higher temp and then stopped. So then the third time we did it a little bit lower temp, and it fermented fairly well. And then it just I think that it hit 25 again, and then the chillers cut in and it stopped. So this time, what we've done is I transferred it at 17 degrees, which is a pain because it means that I fill up my whole HLT with the water from the water from the CLT, transfer water basically, and then I have to stop halfway through the transfer, fill up the CLT a little bit again, and then restart the transfer. So your transfer takes like today, I think it was like an hour and 40 minutes or something, rather than
Oof, jeez, yeah.
an hour and 10. Nice and fun. But yeah, so what we've done is we've transferred at a much lower temperature at 17 degrees. And then I pitched in. Everything was fine. All the yeast was doing its job. It was fermenting whatever wort I put in, and liked it. So hopefully tomorrow, I think midway through the day, we're going to check and see. I think I'm brewing tomorrow, so we'll check probably about 2ish tomorrow and see if it's doing its job, and then browse it. So we should just attach pump to the bottom and then pump in, recirculate over the top of itself. And then, yeah, hopefully that works. And then we're also going to take the yeast off it before it goes to 22 and then chuck it back in. So we'll see if that works. But yeah, we fortunately we can bump up the ABV because all this stuff is going to bottling. We can bump up the ABV if it's a little bit too low. Too high. Too high on gravity, so too low on ABV. We could bump it up with just pure alcohol, and that's what we've been doing. Because we've got the distillery. So there you go. And it's amazing. You only need to chuck in like half a bucket of 96.4, and there you go.
Oh,
it tastes fine as well. You don't notice it because it's such a small amount of alcohol. So yeah.
You're getting complimented on your headphones.
Oh, I haven't even checked YouTube.
Yeah. Stevie, don't you be stealing my man now.
Your money.
Don't be stealing my man, Stevie. It's not nice. I'll have to come and get my fucking Glasgow claws on you, bitch. Fucking Las Vegas. Don't mess with it. Yeah. Michael saying love and hate. Is that the one? Is that the one in the orange can? I'm sure that the vocation one, the orange. I'm sure I reviewed that. I'm trying to remember because I did have 2 or 3 beers that involved vocation because I liked the new. Pardon me. The New England one was really good, and the New England one I had was really good, and the West Coast one that I had, that was a collaboration with somebody. Who was that with? Was that Magic Rock?
I don't know.
Prost Mackey from Wolfenbüttel. Yeah, okay. So Pilsner is in Germany. Awesome. Okay. Oh shit! Trying to get the house. Prost, wie geht's? Wie geht's? Sehr gut. Danke. Prost. Yeah, so they're having a wee German conversation.
Yeah, wonderful.
Mein Erlernen für Deutsch ist wurde gut, aber mein Grammatisch ist sehr scheiße. Sehr nicht sehr geil. Nicht sehr gut. Yeah. I can remember a lot of words in German, but my grammar's shocking. It really is. Yeah, okay. So what do you make of Verdant? This is one for you, I think, Harry.
They're not as good as they used to be. I think it's weird what happened. It's obviously when they started up their kind of collab thing with Pressure Drop, the experiment in London. It seems that the quality of the Verdant beers has kind of gone down, and then the Pressure Drop quality has just flown up. I also think that's possibly slightly down to the fact that Verdant have been moving from one site to another. I don't know how long this is going to take as well, but it seems to be they've had this moving over to this new kit for the best part of 2 years now, which seems like an extremely long time.
Am I remembering right? Verdant are the ones from Falmouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they had a really small unit before, and it's really crammed in. I've never been to it, but they have the kind of Instagram and YouTube videos I've seen of it. It looks like 4 or 5 containers jammed together, that sort of size. It's really, really small, and then just loads and loads of bits of brew kit in there. I think in terms of size of kit, it's probably about 10 barrel, maybe less than that. But yeah, I used to love their stuff. Like Putty was like the beer of 2018 for me. I think it's 2018, maybe 2017. I think, yeah, maybe 2017. And then there was Pulp. There was another one.
I think I had Pulp, but didn't have Putty.
Yeah, so Pulp was like a purple and green can.
Yeah, I had that.
Then and then Putty was like, it's actually on the back of my laptop, the label. It was like a dark label with like hops, kind of green hop leaves and stuff on it. Yeah, when I had that, I had Putty at Hop City. Must have been 2017. That was just such a great beer. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. Like I know they've got some new beers out today. Well, if not today, then past couple of days. Like PSI has been re-released, and that was a really good beer. I remember even Sharks Need Water as well has been really good beer. But yeah, I haven't thought to try them. I just think for me, Daya's up the road. It's so much better. It's so much better. The quality of Daya beer and Daya beer's dirt cheap as well. I've got coming tomorrow. I've got a mixed box of 3 Steady Rolling Man and 3 of the new double IPA, double IPA comes in obviously 500ml can. It's 8%. I think it is 8%. And double IPA. So. And all the hops you want. I think James is frozen, so maybe I've frozen. I don't know. Fruit Car Site Exhibition. That's the one. That was fantastic. Yeah, I love that beer. Yeah, I really should give some more Verdant a go, but also I don't like paying. I mean, it's weird. Ever since working in like a beer shop. Oh, James is back.
Oh, there we go. It's working. Sorry, yeah.
Swedish internet. That's what it is.
It's hooligan internet.
Hooligans. Okay. Yeah. I just think I think that Daya's far. I got asked this question. Well, I didn't get asked this question, but it came up when I was on Simon's stream last night. Was do you reckon that the UK beers are worth the? US beers are worth the hype, and do you reckon the UK are there in some of their beers? And I think my answer was like, I think there's like 4 or 5 breweries who are actually, maybe more, maybe up to 10. They're actually on standard with the US breweries, but yeah, Daya's just there for me because they've just got that lovely soft water profile. But yeah, James, when you come over, when the world reopens in the UK, then we'll have to do Daya. But I can confirm it won't be open by July.
Oh, fuck's sake.
It's Hooligan internet playing up again. Don't know.
Fucking hell, man. This is annoying. Yeah, but I kind of agree with you on that point as well. I mean, I have to admit, I find the English, at least the English beers, we never had so much in Scotland. We've got Overtone now who are doing a lot of these IPAs.
Yes. Yeah.
So I mean, that some of the guys, it might be interesting to hear from like Michael and Craig and stuff. I can't remember what prices Overtone are, but if you compare some of the prices you'll pay in Denmark for the American IPAs compared to what you'll pay for like Gamma or Dry and Bitter, and then what you'll pay for like Stigbergets and Apex and stuff over here. I think to me there is a novelty factor there because you're trying something from a new brewery. For example, if it's like £1 more to try the American beer, fair enough. But if it's like a big difference, then I would start to think twice.
Yeah, I think when I bring my American beers over, I get screwed on postage massively. It tends to come in around about. I get screwed on postage, sometimes screwed on muling as well. Beers tend to come in either 11 cent, well, for a single can of, say, other half, for example, and I tend to go higher ABV because it's just, you get more people wanting to buy higher ABV beers for £15. But they tend to come in like 11.70, 12.70 on cost. So, yeah, it's worth it though. It's worth it for one. I think I sold all of the other half collabs that came in the last lot. I sold all of them straight away. I thought, I always think that I might want to try one for myself, but then just end up flogging them, which is bad.
I mean, I think you'd have a good time in Japan. I mean, I always found it hilarious in Japan when you go to the Japanese places that are brewing their own beers. It's like the same. You can get like an 8-9% Imperial IPA for the same price that you would get like a 4.5% Pilsner. It's that's just how it works because they don't. Their tax isn't on alcohol; it's on malt content. It's on malt, and they just. It's really strange how you can go into Japan. Yeah, you can go into Japan. You'll be there. You can get a 12% IPA or something like this, and it's the same price as like a 6% IPA. It's really weird. You're just like, okay.
It's a much better way of doing it. Yeah.
It's the Harry way of doing
it. Yeah. I say that though. I did pour out some of my dessert in a can, and I'm just like, it's so sweet. I haven't touched my keg of dessert in a can for about 5-6 days now, and it's weird. Like quite a few people said, "Oh, you'll get fed up with that." I was like, "No, I won't." And I was like, "No, I have." I've got to finish it though. I've got another 10 liters to go.
Could open growlers and just flog it.
Yeah, that is kind of my plan. Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. When you bought that, I was like, "What is he thinking?" I was genuinely like,
well, it was cheap, so it was about the same price as what I'd pay for a standard keg. Well, yeah, not really standard. Well, 2 kegs, but I can't find anywhere that's got, or then I couldn't find anywhere that had kegs because everyone's moved to small pack. No one actually wants to sell kegs, so it's kind of just like, if he's got it, then I'll have it, sort of thing. But I've got my homebrew, so I'm fairly happy with that. And do another homebrew at the weekend as well. So it's my Sabro Kvake Smash. Quite nice. Oh, Swedish internet again.
Yeah, it's being.
It's the 360p.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I don't know what it's doing. Like, it can't decide whether to connect to the 5G network or whether to connect to the normal one. And I'm like, the 5G one keeps disappearing. I don't know why it does that. It's weird. So it's actually I think it's not the connection. I think it's the routers rather than the actual connection. It's just being. It's just being stupid. It's being a hooligan. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. But yeah, let's go down around the thing. So Yakida, I've got no idea how to spell. Yakid. Yeah, there's no point trying to learn how to spell Welsh. That's
it's also naming a Polish beer.
Yeah. Steve's lolling it. I don't know what, because we were a bit behind in the comments. I think Heart and Soul is orange writing. I don't think that I don't think that's a supermarket one, though. I don't recognise that name.
Heart and Soul's more like pinky red, right? It used to be in supermarkets in 4-packs. Now, I haven't been to like a big supermarket like that for ages. But it used to be in 4-packs at Asda and Tesco. It might still be, but I haven't seen it for ages.
Yeah, I need to look at that one. Okay. Riku's saying hello. Hello, Riku. We need to get Riku on one of the streams at some point, actually. Nice to see Riku again. My Finnish beer mule. Yep. Real Pills is saying hi to everyone. He likes to talk to people in the comment section. It's good. I wonder if Real Eno Craft Rear is going to show up later. I always love his comments. I love that dude. Oh, why is this not showing? There we go. Northern Monk have done an amazing Neapolitan ice cream pale ale. How the hell did they get all 3 flavours into the beer? Question. That'll be flavour essence, will it not?
Yeah, I think it is. I actually did have a few cans left over from the original release, and I thought about aging them, and they didn't turn out very well. But yeah, I don't like it, to be honest, that Neapolitan. Oh, I think he's on about the Neapolitan Pale Ale, because there used to be a Neapolitan like dark beer as well. I haven't tried the Pale Ale one.
Ice cream pale is something that's never really appealed to me, I have to admit.
Yeah, I like him.
Oh well, I'll need to have a wee look at that. Maybe we're getting a wee laughy face again. Michael's comment and Verdant Fruit Car Sites Exhibition, amazing single hot brew. Not tried that one. Have you had that, Harry?
Yeah, we were just talking. I just read the comments and I was saying, yeah, that was such a good beer. That was again. I had that Hop City, and I think it was that, and then also Putty. But I said Fruit Car was the beer of the festival for me, whenever it was at Hop City.
Yeah. Riku's asking kebab pizza, exactly, Riku. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's mayo exactly. It's like garlic sauce, Veet Look sauce, and it's got fresh Veet Look on it as well. Fresh garlic. So, yeah, exactly. It's not an abomination. It's beautiful. Not as beautiful as Beyonce or Harry, right enough, but still beautiful.
Let's wait for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've got to, Harry, you and I are supposed to be in some sort of relationship, so, we've got to play the part.
We don't have to play the part. We are, we'll just do it.
We are, yeah. That's why wear the headphones. It's the position you put the mic in determines what we're feeling like. Yeah. So I'm half erect right now.
Well, with the size of my headphones, I'm a shower, not a grower.
I love this, man. It's too. I've not had this in about 3 weeks, so actually I'm just gorging myself. Yeah. I think they put garlic sauce. Garlic's quite common in Italian cooking, I thought. So nothing wrong with garlic sauce. I agree with you, Stevie. I honestly live by the rule that if I was to die of something and I died of garlic, I would say that I had a life well lived, honestly. I think that's a good way to go out. If you were killed by garlic, why not? I'd be quite happy with that.
Live by the garlic, die by the garlic.
Live by the garlic, die by the garlic, exactly. Garlic aioli. Okay, so do you think some breweries overcharge their beers and piggyback on the success of other breweries? What do you think?
Yeah. There's one brewery who just sticks out at the moment for me. It's called Alpha Delta. Now, I don't know them at all, but their prices are just ridiculous. I haven't tried their beers because it's like I think the first beer that got released was like £8 for like a standard pale ale or something like that, and then they did like a double IPA for like £9. It's like, what number shall we make up, and that would be our price. They're terrible for it. They're lovely branding, great artwork, but I just thought as an initial release, I was like, nah. I think they maybe put that price as well just because it made it it was made it kind of seem more like hype beer, if you get what I mean. More than it possibly was at the time. But I think I'm seeing prices are definitely rising, and in certain cases I don't know why, because people say, "Oh, it's down to the hops that we use. It pushed up the prices and stuff." Well, it doesn't that much. I was brewing pretty decent beer at my old brewery, and it was coming in at, including duty, about so it was, excluding duty, it was £1.29 a gallon, £1.29 a gallon for production cost and my labour cost as well. So I think duty was pretty much the same. So make it just £2.60 a gallon, and then put that into small pack. That's just like, and then people just. I think we worked out around about can all in for that beer that I was brewing 4.8%. It was going to cost something like 40p per can, and just like I do find that a lot of breweries take the mickey, but yeah, it's I think as I say, like Alpha Delta are particularly one of the worst. But when you consider, for example, like I said earlier, like Daya, £3.50 for the steady rolling man when you go to the tap room and buy it. It's gone up a little bit because you can only buy it from the web shop at the moment. But yeah, £3.50 a can from the brewery. I just
You didn't pronounce brewery right.
brewery. Brewery. I was going to ask you earlier, what's your favourite Belgian beer before it came on?
Oh,
I was
that's
going to do it on a different account as well, so you wouldn't realise it was me. That's the way we do it. We use 5 or 6 different accounts. You'll never realise they're me.
Not getting nothing in it. Oh dear. No. Yeah, so we've got Riku saying sure why not? And then there seems to be some Finnish evolving here. Havai elta Riku. I once had a great pizza in Lahti. So they're saying good to hear at least you found something good from Lahti. Okay. And I like this word. This is like Satan, so that's a good word. I like that. That's a good word. Anything that looks like that is good. Garlic sauce for the win. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
What beer is the most expensive to brew and why?
It's probably got to be. It's either like double IPAs and triple IPAs, or and I'd probably say Imperial Stout. When I did a homebrew of an Imperial Stout, which happened to turn out about 13.4% session ale, that was expensive. That was like, I think the brew cost me about 50, 60 quid, something like that, for all the ingredients. And it's not that malt is really, really cheap. Malt is the cheapest thing. Hype hops, that's where your money goes out the window. I've just bought a brew kit from Get a Brewed. You get to make up your own grains and everything, put it all together for your own recipe. And it's based on a beer which I've brewed before, but I wanted to add some other hops to it, so I added Galaxy, and it was coming in at £8 for 100 grams. Now, in a homebrew market, they do kind of rip you off, but like if I'm buying for a brewery, you buy by the kilo, but you get by the box, which is 5 kilos, and I think Galaxy comes in about £38 a kilo. So, and then you compare that to something like Shitty Fuggles or Goldings. They still have their place. And even like Celia, which is Styrian Goldings, I really love it. That comes around about £18-19 a kilo. So hops is definitely like the
That's the killer, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just whatever hop beers are hoppiest, that's the more expensive one.
Yeah, I'd probably say so. And and your barrel aged beers as well, because you're sitting on them, and it's kind of the amount of time that goes into them. You checking them constantly, and it's kind of like in a way it's like man hours, because it's just sitting there resting and you've got to check it every now and again. But that's kind of almost like money in suspension.
Yeah, it's interesting that.
Yeah.
Steve is saying the Alpha Delta stuff is pretty expensive. Are they an English brewery?
Yeah, I think they're like Newcastle way. So
it's interesting that Steve's getting them. Then he's in the Netherlands.
they do. I've seen them on Beer Dome and places like that. So
I suppose,
yeah.
Oh, and it's and here's. Yeah, sorry, no, yeah, go.
You'll get them more easily, like up there and over there, than you will do down here. You won't be able to find them down here.
And the man himself is here.
Yes.
There he is. Just saying a few minutes ago, talk of the devil. Oh, I love this dude's. I see this every stream, but I love this dude's comments. Oh no, I love it. Just love it. I bought a Vietnamese nitro coffee stout for £3.50. It was disgusting. Does that sit? Was that one? Did it clean the toilet well? Is that a BrewDog one? Yeah, I don't know. Which one was it, Mackey? Which one?
No,
which one was it?
That must have been that can one. Must have been it. Can
If it's
one?
£3.50 and it's Vietnam. I mean, I have to admit, I'm not a great fan of the nitro. I don't really like the nitro. But that's the thing is, I think we've had this discussion before that I'm not really. I don't like. I mean, because I kind of got into beer on German beer, so I've just never taken to cask ale.
Yeah.
I don't really like cask. The only cask beer I've had actually was Pilsner Urquell that I liked. That was at the brewery. I had that. So Pilsner Urquell on cask was nice. That's the only cask beer I've actually liked.
What I was reading about is Pilsner Urquell, not Starapramen, that I was on about. That's yeah. They were talking to a brewer from it.
Most expensive, a Belgian beer from a Belgian brewery made by Harry Monk and not actual Monk.
A Belgian beer from a Belgian brewery.
Oh dear. Yeah. So sorry guys, enjoying this beer so much. Check. I've had Sudden Death. I had one of their I had their it was a big sort of fudge imperial stout thing. I forget the exact name of it, but those guys are from Tierndorfer Strand, if I remember right, a little bit north of Hamburg, in Schleswig-Holstein. Forget the pronunciation. So yeah, no, I've had the Sudden Death brew, and they're pretty good. Do you get Sudden Death in England, Harry?
No, never heard of it.
They're quite distinctive. They've got like a sort of hockey mask kind of thing. But those guys are try their. I've been pretty impressed with them. I need to get another. I've had one of their own beers. I've had 2 collaborations, I think, with Sudden Death. They're they're a gypsy brewery, German gypsy brewery.
Yeah, we don't get them. Peter might find them.
Okay. Belgian.
Yeah, the Belgians.
Isn't it less hops in a stout compared to an IPA? Yeah, no, it will be, won't it? That's a good point. I would ask you, Harry. Actually, is what about? I've been interested in that. Northern brewers always used in Doppelbox and things. How does that behave if you put it in a stout?
Well, I've always Northern brewer in the brewery, no, in like a stout or an imperial stout, for example, you tend to have, because you got like a much sweeter beer as a result. Like a less so dry Irish, but like more like an imperial stout or just like a solid English stout. You tend to have a lot of hops, and they may not be present. It's just because they're kind of offset against the sweetness, so they then make it less sweet, really. So you'll still have quite a high IBU, and you'll still have, as a result, quite a lot of hops in it. But it won't be as much as, say, like a double IPA or an IPA or something, but it will still be a large amount. It'll be a little bit less, but like even in, I think I've had a couple of imperial stouts which have had like, 160, 170 IBU, and then you compare them to like and then 160, 170 IBU doesn't, completely compare to the amount of hops that you might put into a beer, but compare that to like something that's like a 20 or 30 IBU pale ale or IPA or something like that, New England IPA. So there still is, a large amount of hops used in darker beers. But Northern Brewer, though, I've never actually had experience of brewing with it, but I've got plenty. I think I've got about 40 kilos in the brewery to use up at some point. So it goes
Maybe
into
make a
something.
doppelbock.
Don't know what yet.
Make a nice
Well, to
doppelbock
be
or a nice
honest,
dunkel.
yeah, I mean, we were looking at doing something a little bit special for Christmas before all this shit happened. So it's still going to be an imperial stout, whatever happens. Yeah, it's going to be a sessionable imperial stout at 7.4. We're going to brew it just under the duty difference. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It depends if there's, I'm not the only brewer there. I can kind of miss the other two brewers being there because it was easier than what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Steve's asking real pills if he prefers Frau Gruber or sudden death. That's a good question, actually. There are so many breweries out there just charging prices that you would pay for Dea or Northern Monk, but the beer it sells nowhere near the quality. I think that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and we've got Davor watching as well. Did I order the Struze beers? No, I didn't. I think one of the Dutch guys, I think it's Remy actually, if I remember right. Remy was saying that he lives very close. It's either Remy or Herben lives very close to the border with Belgium. So he was going to, when I get down to the Netherlands, he was going to take me to De Struise. So that would be a nice wee trip. So yeah, Davor's a big Belgian beer nerd. He loves his Belgian beers.
The
But
Belgian
he's
Irish.
he's
Does
a
he like the
Belgian nerd.
lambics?
Did he? Yeah. Well, I was trying to get Davor to come on with us tonight. Actually, it'd be cool to have Davor on. Davor's my Slovenian beer mule.
He's who sent you all the stuff.
No, that was one of the brewers. But Davor is the one he's sent me the Slovenian beers before. I've met him in Munich actually. It was quite funny. I told him I was going to Munich on holidays. Like, oh, I'm going to come and see you. I was like, all right, cool. So he drove from Ljubljana all the way up to Munich with his girlfriend. Drove like
A short drive.
I think it was about 10 hours or something crazy like that. But he drove up and we had a few beers and he brought me some Slovenian stuff to take home. It was awesome. But yeah, no, Davor, I need to arrange, once this whole stuff kicks over, I think I'll need to send Davor some more money and get another Slovenian box arranged because it's been reviewed a lot of the Green Gold stuff, obviously, that Luca from Green Gold Brewing sent me. But I want to have some like Lobeck and other stuff from the other places as well, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've seen Lobeck on sale over here.
Oh, okay.
Where was it? It could have been Honest Brew. It could have been anywhere really. I've looked over loads of sites this week and then just not bought anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I need to keep an eye for that then. Last year I loved for a Groove of the Canned Heat New World Series Guile. Oh yeah. That's if I remember right, that is what the what do you call it? It's a term that young people say that's cool. I said this is funny. When I was in Germany to visit my friend Daniel, his grandma, who's like 90 odd, she asked me, she's like, oh, James, was denke die aufs Deutschland? So what do you think of Germany? Are you enjoying your time? I said, oh, Deutschland is sehr geil. And then she was like, the whole family were like horrified that I said this because apparently to old people, geil means horny. So I told my friend's 90-odd-year-old grandma that I thought Germany was very horny. So I just thought Germany is very nice. Germany's very cool. I still remember that. Yeah. So yeah, no, that was quite funny. Guile. It's just funny to see that word again. Yeah. But sudden death, 2020, sudden death. Yeah, sudden death and Frau Gruber. Very good. There's a lot of really good German new wave craft breweries these days. Yeah, Mackey's confirming it. The Brewdog Evil Twin one
Yeah.
went down the sink. You're putting it in the wrong place, Mackey. It needs to go down the toilet, innit? Down the toilet.
Toilet.
Down the toilet.
Belgian toilet.
You need to watch the You need to watch the Beer Hooligan to get a tutorial on how to deal with Brewdog beers. You need to have the tutorial on how to handle Brewdog beers from the Hooligan. Lee Russell. Yeah.
Oh,
Hello,
yeah.
James. Be careful. You never know. There might be a Therio lurking backstage. Lee, do you want to join
Roger
us? Do you want to come? If Lee, if you want to come on here, we can send the link over. Have you got? I actually don't know if I have Lee on Facebook. Come to think of it.
Yeah, I do.
Fire on the link, and if he wants to join, fair enough. And Davor as well. Let me know if you want to join, because we were talking about that earlier. So yeah, I need to keep an eye on my phone actually, in case Davor messages. I'll tell him to come on. Yeah. So yeah, we've got Adam again. Interesting. Okay. My feet hurt. Do you think if I asked Beer Hooligan nicely, he'd pour Leffy on my toes and suck them? Oh dear. As long as you wear some headphones. As long as you wear some headphones.
Oh, man.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh, yeah.
Depends if your toes are Depends if your toes are Belgian. That's just why I love this guy, man. His comments are just brilliant. Too bad the Dutch spell. Oh shit. Okay. Well, I guess that plan to go to Destroys is kind of not going to happen.
Have you ever tried any of the Destrausser like Black Damnation series, James? Because I've got a couple of bowls left.
No, actually, I've only reviewed one Destroyer beer. I think it might have been the Dark Horse. Was it? Was that Destroyer or was that somebody else? I think that was review number 2000 that I did. But I mean, if you're happy to, pardon me, if you're happy to keep,
I'll just keep him for. I'll keep him for whenever we do a bottle share. Yeah. I've done Mabul, Black Mez. I did Willie a couple of weeks ago. I think I got Senior. I can't remember what else I got. I basically just got them when I ordered loads in for the shop. I was just like, yeah, I'll have these. And took about £300 worth of stock, which is 6 beers.
Oof, dear.
I'm just going to get my charger because I think my laptop's going to die.
Ah, right, cool, no worries. But yeah, that's definitely need to do that thing. So Anna was saying, but when you say it makes sense that plenty of hops need to balance it up. Yeah, no, you always want your imperial stouts and stuff to be balanced. I mean, if you've got a very hoppy imperial stout, that's a bit of an unusual one. Not for Beardale. Yeah, this. I need to save that comment for Harry coming back. But yeah, no, I don't think I've had when I think about it, I've had one imperial stout that I remember being really hoppy, and it was the Plevnan Siperia from that would be Plevnan. Was it Plevnan Panimo? But yeah, the Plevnan Siperia was one that I had from Finland back in the day, and that was a really hoppy imperial stout. It was really kind of interesting and quite unusual, that I have to say. So yeah, hoppy imperial stout would be quite an interesting one there, I have to say. Yeah, so we've got a couple of other. Just go down. Yeah, so Davor unfortunately not able to join. Lee Russell. It's a shame, guys. It'd be awesome to have you guys on next time, I think. Then Lee, and same to you, Davor. We need to get you guys on. So Steve is saying that if you want to drive and visit the brewery, then that's an issue. Obviously, yeah. Orders and stuff are still going on as normal, actually. So yeah, okay. Yeah, so yeah, this is one I like. This Relay No Craft Beer again, dude. I always love it when you come on these streams. You always give me and Harry a nice laugh, actually. So yeah, always a pleasure to have you on. Not for Beardale, yeah. Let me see. what else have we got? So yeah, Davor's saying that the Black Damnation versions are quite expensive. Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know. I mean, the Struise beers, I mean, the prices when I saw them on one of the Dutch beer websites that the Dutch guys recommended to me, then, that was, they were quite reasonably priced, I have to say. So, yeah.
Fucking expensive is what they are.
Ah, right.
Yeah. I think we sold them. No, we bought them at £30 a bottle.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
So, but they're all bummers. So, or 750s.
Mm.
So that's what. Yeah. I mean, but at the same time, they're all like 13.5% sessionable imperial stouts, which aren't very sessionable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're all barrel aged in different whiskey barrels as well. So.
Oh, yeah, no, that's it. If the whiskey barrels, they will be a little bit pricey. Invite real reader at the call. I would happily have him on. I don't know. Do you know who it is? Do you know this guy,
No.
Harry? No.
No.
No, Steve. It would be quite happy to have him on one time, but I don't know if there's something in this that, like, the mystery.
Yeah.
There's something in the mystery. So in one way, yes, it'd be cool to have him on. But in another way, it sort of
shattered the dream.
It shatters the dream. I don't know about that. That's a good one, yeah. I'm not sure about that one, actually. Rear, what do you think? Yeah. Craigie will be joining us in a little while, I think. Yeah.
That's sweet.
Awesome. Yeah, no, Craig, because Craig didn't make it on last time, actually, did he? Craig wasn't on my stream the last time. How many hours is it a month you get with StreamYard?
It's 20. So yeah, I'm currently at 16 and 40. I've used.
I think I used 3 or 4 last time. Yeah, so.
Yeah, well, I used 7 hours on the other night. So I thought I had loads left, but it seems I now don't. So I've got 2 streams this weekend. I've got one on Friday night, which is probably going to turn into, well, that normally would be quite a long one, but I think we're going to try and shorten it down and have it at 3 hours, because if you run over your allocated time on a stream, it doesn't kick you out. It doesn't, kick you off. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave like 5 minutes or something on the available for the next stream, which I'll be doing on Saturday night, and then just roll with it.
So
I think mine refreshes like the 19th or something.
So you've got like 6 days, yeah.
Yeah, I'm shocked I've used that much though.
Yeah. Send the link to Adam and stuff like that and see if they want to come on. By the way, I forget that they're not in the BeerTubers chat. You get Adam and that on. I'm forgetting.
Yeah, everyone's quite wary of me now when I send the link, because I sent obviously put in that YouTubers group. I put that link to like the it wasn't Machiavelli. It was one of those UK drinkers lots, and Rob clicked on it apparently, and he was like, "What have I joined?" I was like, well.
Is that one of these things where they're all just fighting in chaos?
Yeah, like online Jeremy Kyle sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I just put the StreamYard link in, and then clicked on it.
Yeah, and that's the thing is the StreamYard link is actually public, so you can actually just go in and join if you really want to. Oh dear, aye. Imagine if that was a Zoom. Imagine if they had Zoom. Just a bit imagine the amount of chaos with all of them. I don't even know how they were keeping track of who they were shouting abuse at. I really don't.
No. There was another one this evening. I was watching it for a little bit. It might still be on. I think Peter posted it earlier on this evening.
How do you guys find this stuff?
We're just like social degenerates of the YouTube world. The guy's still on, the guy that I watch now and again. It's just like, Yeah, I just find the whole. I think I found one of the guys from the UK drinking community just because I think I was searching chugs or something like that, and he came up, and I was like, I'm hooked. And that was Garbino, who's from Wolverhampton, and like I had this, kind of slight common understanding, and he just drank crappy lagers and supers and things like that. And I said to him, try and get him onto a couple of different beers and stuff, and sometimes it's really hard, with a seasoned drinker, trying to push them onto different things, nicer things, and managed to push him onto Spitfire. I was like, there we go, that's an achievement. And then Spitfire Gold. And I was like, and then I kind of thought, why are you drinking Spitfire and Spitfire Gold? Is it because you remember the EDL? Might be. And and then yeah, it's I think that's when I started doing the Danny Kane thing on YouTube, and then they all found out who I was. So yeah, kind of backfired on me a little bit, that one, but it's worth it.
Oh dear. We're going to get kicked from YouTube when he joins as well.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Maybe yeah. We'll get flagged. We'll be getting flagged at some point soon as well, I'm sure. Flag. Yeah. Yeah, I need to
Yeah.
finish. I need to finish off that special project as well. I'm actually very close to finishing it, but just tiredness, and I just need to. I've just a few things left to do with screen capture, and that's it.
Mm.
Tried it, but I couldn't. I need to sort the sound and stuff for it because it didn't record speaker and microphone at the same time. So I need to figure that out. But then otherwise, I can finish.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah,
that's good. Looking
scary.
forward to the release of the special project.
The release of the special project, yes. Belgian. Yeah. But
Clearly.
oh, those two words should not be as funny as they are. Um, but yeah, changing palates. Any beers or styles that you guys used to love but no longer do? Weiss beer. In fairness, it's not that I don't love it and I wouldn't drink it. It's just I don't know. I used to love them before I went to Germany, and then I discovered Helles,
Yeah.
and that was that. Yeah.
So what I've got next, I've got Munkner. Paul. I got slated for the different ways I was pronouncing it on Saturday night or Friday night. It's Paulana, whatever. Anyway, I've got that for next.
Well, you can remember Paulaner, then you can pronounce it the German way. Then nobody's going to say you're wrong.
I'm not German. There you go. Say it
I
out
got I
then.
got in trouble from my friend. I got in trouble from one of my friends for calling it Lidl, and I was like, "Well, that's what the Germans call it. It's a German shop." Yeah.
A German shop for German people.
Oh, no, it's too good. Got a real passion for German beer.
Just go on his intro video. I've got a real passion for beer. I don't even, I can't remember exactly what he says, but I've got a real burning passion for beer. And then just talks about fucking Belgian beers all the time.
But at least his
Yeah.
piss apparently tastes nice, you know.
Yeah, it probably does.
Yeah. Have you tried some beers from Galway Bay Brewery? Yes, I've had. What have I had from them? Let's have a little look. Galway Bay are quite nice, actually. I'm sure I had a few different things.
I've had that Buried at Sea. I think, is that Galway Bay?
I'm pretty sure that is Galway Bay, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Let's
had that a
see.
couple of weeks back. A couple of months back, in fact.
I've had. I've had a couple of beers from them. I'm sure. The guy who is importing the Irish beers into Scotland. He gave me a couple of the Galway Bay things to look at.
Yeah, I've had Buried at Sea, Althea, or Althea.
Mm,
That's it. That's all I've had, I think.
mm,
It's funny, actually. I looked at my family house in Ireland, and a brewery that's very near it is White Hag. It's only about 25-minute drive down the road.
White Hag's out on the
So
west coast, isn't it?
yeah, well, it's what town is it? So my family town is Gorderslund, um,
Mm.
which is fucking middle of nowhere. Um, but yeah, I'll try because you have to go through Tubbercurry, and then I'm trying to remember which.
Well,
Which I can't.
White Hag have a big festival. So I mean, I'd be quite keen to go out and have a little look at that.
Yeah, it was my plan for this summer was to go and drive over to Ireland because I can get the ferry from where is it? It's like Fishguard. I get the ferry from South Wales, or I can go up to Holyhead, and I'd happily just drive over there and then just have a bit of a nice. I think I looked at it would take me 10 hours to drive over there, point to
Hmm.
point, because the roads where the family house is, the roads are just shit around there. So.
Wonder if I could fly to I've been wanting to go back to Ireland for a wee while. Let's see if you can get to Shannon Airport. Will be pretty close to you. Shannon Airport.
Well, you just fly to Knock, if Knock's open, fly over there.
Mm. After that, I'll just come to
So
Bristol and join you on the journey. Chip in for the fuel.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
Where is it?
doesn't seem to be very
Oh,
many flights to from Shannon anymore. Hmm. It's all seasonal stuff. Yeah.
that's why I can't see anything, because for some reason my screen size is set to nothing. Um, gosh,
But yeah. Have we tried anything from Whiplash? Yeah, I had a couple of beers from
yeah,
Whiplash. Whiplash are pretty good actually. Yeah, there's a few good breweries coming out of Dublin these days. Think of it. Um, did you quit the malt review series, or are you just on a long break? I actually have got one that's filmed and needs to be put up. I just haven't. I've not put I need to put a sake video up as well. I've been not doing that. I've got a few whiskies that I could film. As I say, I've just been too preoccupied with the beer, to be quite honest with you. The whiskey was always just going to be uh, whiskey was always just going to be a whenever's possible. Actually,
mm.
yeah. Um,
Ballymote is where uh, White Hag is. Yeah,
That is that Wicklow? I
it
forget.
is. It's well, County Mayo.
That's it. Yeah.
Um,
Um,
Yeah, if
I'm
you come and
probably
see the
thinking.
family house and how backwards it is, it's like one step up from camping.
Oh, okay. That'd still be cool to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it is.
Yeah. From Dickie's beer reviews. Cheers. Yeah, nice to see you. Cheers. Cheers.
Oh.
Northern Lights. Whiplash. Thanks, Doc.
Mm.
hmm hmm what does this heart means?
Don't know.
No, I think that's the name of a beer actually. I
Ah,
think that's the name of one of their beers. Yeah. Have you tried anything from Mills Yonder or Little Earth Project? Yeah,
yeah.
actually,
Well
Dav
done.
Harry is going to keep aside a Mills beer for me.
Yeah,
Uh,
I I looked at the prices on that thing that I sent to you, and I was like, I don't really like the prices in the end. But Lambinet is like it was a good price, but it's a pub price, and that's why
mm,
it's so expensive. But it's probably like one of the few bottles you'll find around. So I'm in an hour about ordering it. But
mm.
I do have a Mills bottle just sitting in the fridge anyway, which might be worth trying. But Lambinet is a mixture of a lambic and a cider. And the cider, I think, was from Oliver's, who are like a really decent craft cidery. Just down. Well, Mills aren't far away from here. Um, Mills are kind of north. No, maybe south. No, definitely north, kind of west of Bristol. Um, and then Oliver's around there as well because it's all kind of like cider country around there. So um, it's weird. There's like nice little breweries there and mills, not a million miles away. But yeah, Little Earth Project. That's kind of Jake way. I've had some Little Earth Project, but not for some time.
I've heard good things about them.
Oh yeah, they are good. They are good.
I've
Little
never
Earth
had
Project.
anything from them. Though.
I'll get some Little Earth Project beers as well then. They're always in 330s. It's kind of like they are like, I think Mills are more hype than Little Earth Project are. Little Earth Project for me were hype a couple of years ago, but now they've just got into this kind of mindset, which they were always in, was just like release a beer now and again, but don't really promote it. And Mills, again, are similar. Release a beer now and again. They tend to release the same beer multiple times, but do like a different. It's been aged or whatever, and they just seem to have the hype behind them at the moment. I think that's possibly why. And Yonder again, I don't think Yonder kind of hit the heights of Little Earth Project or Mills in terms of the hype heights, but I've had quite a lot from Yonder. Now I think I could be getting mixed up between. No, I think it is. I think it is Mills. Mills actually have a brewery called. It could be Yonder though. I could be getting mixed between the two. They have a brewery called Tiley's, and it's where they actually brew their more traditional style beer, like bitters and things like that. So that's always worth going for. But as a result of buying their beer, I used to drink in Clink quite a lot in Birmingham, which no longer exists. But they used to get loads of Tiley's beers and then loads of Mills and loads of Yonder in there. And Yonder kegs. And Yonder have now started doing a lager as well. I think they're trying to push out into the main market a little bit more. So you've been not a million miles from Bristol either. Try and get their beer, on the well, not necessarily mass market, but larger market than what their sours tend to appeal to. I think I sent a couple of beers. Sent one Yonder beer off to Adam, so we'll hear his thoughts on it soon.
Yeah, I found a Yonder in Edinburgh and had a go at it, and it was interesting. They do a lot of foraging and stuff.
Yeah.
If I remember right, was the guy behind Yonder not part of another brewery and starting Yonder as his own thing?
I don't know, to be honest. I never really look into the history, the stuff behind breweries, unless I know them. Yonder Brewing and Blending Summit, Somerset. It's actually really not far from here either.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I need to try. I've not had Mills, I've not had Little Earth, but Yonder I've had, and Yonder were quite interesting. Yeah. So yeah, let's show the next one. So yeah, no, I liked it, but till Jet, no. Guess this is another beer from Whiplash, I guess. I think. Yeah, and then have I ever attended Fine Fest? No. There's something that's on the list actually. I need to have a go at. I need to have a go at. I need to have a go at Fine Fest actually, and see. I need to have a look at Fine Fest and see about going there sometime. That would definitely be something to.
Yeah, I'd love to go Fine Fest. Camping. Even you can go and do camping at Little Earth Project. And that's they have their own not hotel, have like a couple of villas sort of thing on site. Alternatively, you can camp, which I'd love to do.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, I'd quite like to. I'd quite like to. What do you call it? Go and do Fine Fest. That's definitely something. That'd be quite interested in. Yeah.
Crispy boy.
Crispy boy, crispy boy.
Crispy boy.
Crispy boy. I think what is that from actually?
We all call lagers crispy boys, and that's where it came from. It came from just people calling lagers crispy boys, and then Peter just took it, and now that's his character name, which is fair.
Fair enough. Yeah, Peter does love a good lager. Can't hold that against him. Well, I do as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Foam and Fury and Stormy Port I tried in 2014 in Dublin from Galway Bay Brewery. Yeah, Foam and Fury I've heard of. Yeah. I've not heard of Stormy Port though. Not heard of that one.
Mm.
Black Sheep Pup, I've not heard of that one either.
I just don't see Galway Bay unless it's in like a beer 52 box or something like that.
Yeah, the Irish beers are quite easy to find around Glasgow in like Cave and Valhalla's and things like that. And that's the Irish importer that's going around
Yeah.
getting these beers in. Yeah,
The Celtic importer.
yeah, yeah. Well, he's half Irish, half Scottish. So, or is it both of
Tends to
his
be the
parents
way.
are Irish? I forget. Yeah, that's it. So when you combine both sets of things, that's when you get the insanity. You know.
Mm.
He was a very nice guy, actually. Yeah. I know. I'm starting to feel bloody sleepy after that kebab pizza. I'm like, listen here. Yeah. Getting old, man. I'm really getting old.
Try doing a brew day, and then realizing
Oh, yeah.
we've got another one tomorrow. Like I got back and like I just walked through the garden. I was like, I've got to fucking mow the garden now, haven't I? And I was like, okay, well, I may as well do it now. I was just walking around the garden in my wellies, in my brewing wellies, and did the garden. And came in. I was like, no, I need to do the trimming, do all the trimming all around the edges. And I was like, right, call it there. And then I just went upstairs because my phone had no battery, and I just plugged it in and just went to sleep for like an hour. And then got up and I was like, my legs don't work. my thighs are killing me from so much because like it's where one of the valves is for turning the steam off because I'm having an issue with the solenoid valve. And like it's such an awkward climb in because it's round the back of where the HLT is. So I have to kind of climb over a couple of pipes, and all the pipe is like, nice big 2-inch thick stuff, and bits of lagging. And it's really quite uncomfortable to get into this position. You have to kind of sit in it for about 2-3 minutes, and on my balls there's like a pipe of like 98-degree work transferring, and it's nice and warm, but it's a bit too warm. So you kind of have to kind of stand up a little bit and kind of like it's just so uncomfortable. It's just a little bit low, and there's awkward. So that was sitting in there and just getting standing up for a little bit, and all the climbing and stuff it just kills you. But yeah. Also digging out a 30-barrel mash tun. 30-barrel mash tun is pretty knackering. So shifting about a ton and a bit of grain. Well, it is about a ton and a bit of grain wet. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
fun.
You've got to hose the bugger down and everything.
Takes me about half an hour to get the whole thing empty and clean and ready for tomorrow. Yeah. Be nice. They're brewing an American blonde tomorrow, so that'll be nice. It's normally we use because we obviously have our own grain that we have on site. So normally we mill it all in a big and put it all into a big hopper. But because with this blonde we're using a different type of malt, it comes in 25 kilo sacks. I was like, yeah, there's 33 sacks to open and put into this little hopper and get it all up into the put it in the auger up into the hopper, and then 3 bags of wheat. That's a pain in the ass compared to just getting the big 1-ton hopper and just filling that up instead. So, I'm looking forward to doing some new beers though. I was going through the hops, did this stock check on Monday. We've got Nelson Sauvin in there, which I don't know where that came from. Got Raquel, got some Waiti, Azaka, Amarillo, Centennial, Columbus. Like they got some Idaho. Just some really fucking nice hops in there. I'm just like, just let me loose on the kit, and I'll brew something really nice and tasty.
Yeah, no.
So that's part of me just bringing all these homebrew beers, like that Kvik that I did there, taking them into work and just saying, just try it, let's try it. I'm just trying to put it on the guys just because all the recipes tend to be quite trad and quite safe. I just want them to go out a little bit and go nuts with a beer. I don't think I'd ever see them doing a Kvik though.
Kviks are nice actually. I do enjoy a bit of Kvik. I reviewed my review this morning was the GBG Beer Week beer, which was that was quite nice actually. It was sort of Kvik session IPA. It turned out very nice.
Yeah, I think. Well, mine was a Kvik Smash. It was supposed to be for a competition, and then the competition they always fuck up each year in one way when sorting it because they couldn't organise piss for the brewery. They always fuck up in terms of I think they say there's only 40 entry spaces available, and so I signed up for it, clicked on it, and by the time I did it, and then I think about another 30 people after me, apparently it was too late, but it didn't say anywhere that it was too late, and no one told us. So we all went and bought our grain and stuff like that ready for it. Mine was already in the fermenter by the time I got told no. I hadn't entered for it, so I just brewed it anyway, and it's turned out. It's originally it was quite green, and it was fairly. You couldn't really tell very much of a difference between that and say just like a standard pale ale or something. But now as time's gone on, the hops have really kind of shone out a little bit more. So I use Sabro, which is
Quite orangey, yeah.
Yeah, it's I'd never tried it before, and it said that it would be like coconut and tangerine. And what I can tell you is it is full on tangerine, balanced out with a Kvik, kind of gives you a little bit of It's not quite as pina colada as they suggest it was. It was just for me, it's more kind of a bit of blood orange and a tangerine note, but it was reasonably okay. Just a couple more bottles of that. I think I've got about 10 more bottles of that left to smash back at the weekend.
Yeah, no, that's yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I don't really outside of the videos now. I don't really drink very much outside of the videos these days. But yeah, it's just. I find beer very, very filling, actually. So for me, it's all about the kind of tasting thing. I really like the tasting side of it.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of with you on that because I'd say I'm a proper supporter of the 330 ml can. I think it's great that we see 440s and 500s around. It's fantastic when it's a beer that you like and you want to keep drinking and keep trying and just enjoying as a kind of like a session beer. But I just love tasting beers and love tasting new styles, and if it's not a new style, then just something a little bit interesting. My thing with beer boxes is that I tend to find that I get sent a lot of pails and a lot of I don't I want to try more interesting and different specialities and different styles of beer.
Yeah,
So
I
when
mean,
I said to Beer 52, for example, I said I want to try more kind of saisons and just random styles, throw them at me. And I think now they've actually listened to quite a few people and put some different beers in there. But
yeah, no, the Beer 52 one, the boxes have been a little bit boring. I think they're just putting in pale ales and
yeah,
stuff like that. I don't know where Beer 52 are based actually.
I think they're Edinburgh. Fairly sure. Because when I started at Brewhouse, was a lad there, Dan. He was offered a job by them, and he didn't take it because it was moving all the way up there. He ended up working 6 doors up from where we were in a craft beer bar, which turned out it was not quite what was advertised. And then he came back to us, and he left again, and then he came back to us again. So grass is never always greener.
Yeah. Where was it that you worked in brew house? Where is that again?
In Sutton Coldfield, the Birmingham site.
Ah, right. Okay.
So there's well, not really two in Brum. There's one outside of Brum, which is Lichfield, and then there's the Sutton Coldfield one. I offered either Sutton Coldfield or Nottingham, and I knew that if I was going to work at 8 in the morning on the Nottingham site, well, starting at 8, then I could get up to Nottingham in about 40 minutes from Cardiff when I was living there. And it was the same with Birmingham. Birmingham was so much closer, but the traffic's so much worse. So it used to take me on a Thursday night. I used to finish about 10 o'clock at night, and it used to take me, because they always used to shut the M6. I used to take me like an hour and 20, hour and a half to get home, and it was fairly soul destroying. But yeah,
No, I have to admit I couldn't. Oh, I couldn't admit. I have to admit that's one of the reasons why I don't really have a desire to go back to Scotland. Is just the traffic and having to drive to work and shit. I just be like, no. I quite like being able to go on the train to work and things like that. So, because you get it's nice if you go on the train in the morning. Or me, you get, I quite like that, just having a bit of time to just think about absolutely nothing in the morning and then just go. Whereas if you drive, you don't get that.
Well, it depends where. I mean, like where I am now, it's countryside. I do live in a town, but the town's only 9,000 people. It's nice and small. I get pissed off in the morning when I see people out because today wasn't too bad. Yesterday it was like, oh, this is busier than what it has been for the past couple of months now. No, it's I go through town and then turn right, and basically it's just country lanes all the way to the brewery because the brewery is in the middle of the countryside. So it's funny this they built it on top of the hill, but then they have a borehole, so 200-meter long borehole for our water, and they've been playing around with the filters this week for that because it kept on blocking up. But build a brewery on top of the hill. Fantastic views from the brewery. Probably like the best views you'll get from a brewery. I come out so where the brewery kind of car park and distillery is, and where the milling room is, in between. It's just like a cracking view north. It's looking north, is it? Fairly sure it's looking north, looking north to Swindon. But yeah, it's weird how it's like we're really really high up. I'd say we're probably one of the most kind of highest up breweries in the UK, and then it just kind of you go over to where I did my walk in a couple of weeks ago, and it just drops, and that's where Salisbury Plain is, where they bomb the shit out of the land all the time because it'll be army bases over there.
Oh yeah,
which it's nice. I haven't heard any bombing for the past couple of weeks, and I can show you up until the lockdown. I think for the final week they were having a good go at kind of drilling their way to China with bombs. So it's interesting listening to it there.
Yeah, no. See what they have in store for this whole lockdown thing. I mean, they're saying, and I saw Germany and stuff when they'd eased things. They said the death tolls went back up, or the infection rates were going back up. So this will be the next thing. There'll be a lot of backtracking, I think, going on, and that. I mean, I was saying to some of my friends, it'd be hilarious because obviously Nicola Sturgeon said that they're not going to relax the rules in Scotland. Just imagine if they have to close the border.
Yeah.
That'd be quite funny.
Yeah.
Get Police Scotland out patrolling the border. That would be hilarious.
Or get up on Hadrian's Wall again. Yeah, it's funny. Like I think things are starting to open up a little bit more here. They have said that things are opening up, and I think yeah, I think it's not gonna be, it's not gonna be like it was for a very, very long time. I think they're saying November before pubs open. That's what I was told by someone anyway. Um, so it's going to be a long time before everything comes back. But yeah, it'll be interesting for the next few weeks, and also like furlough's been extended until October. So
Mhm.
so those guys are going to be on their holidays.
Mhm.
But they did talk about dropping the furlough pay from 80% to 60%, which, yeah, I don't know, might work. It's interesting. I'm going to speak about this a little bit when I do I'm doing a video, well, when I'm doing my stream. The amount of breweries, I've heard a few go out today, go out of business. I heard one went out of business, or heard about one yesterday. I've heard about another big one, quite a big brewery down here, has gone out. Well, they're selling all their kit and stuff. So, yeah, I think we're going to see a few breweries go. Quite a few.
The government, you know, you'd think the government would be stepping in to do a bit more about that, but
They've, to be honest, they've done an awful lot of work in terms of the furloughing. The amount of debt the country's going to be in afterwards is ridiculous, but they've done an awful lot of work helping out that. But I think the real thing is for breweries is how quickly can you diversify, um, and how good are you at selling your stuff. I think, for example, Joseph Holt just this week said, "Oh, we're now doing mini kegs." I was like, "Hey, we sold out of mini kegs about 3 weeks ago, and we stopped doing them. And we stopped selling all packaged beer because we decided, we're just going to put it through the stills and then distill it." Um, and for them, for such a big brewery to say months after other breweries were doing it, "Oh, we're now doing mini kegs," I just think maybe it kind of makes me worry about them a little bit. I'm sure they were doing bottles fine before, but yeah, just to say finally, oh, we'll do mini kegs, yeah. I think there's quite a few breweries have kind of and reacted quite slowly. So that's the ones that will probably go. But then you probably, well, I know with a couple I've heard today, you're in for a bit of a shock and surprise. Anyone UK based, some of the bigger older breweries are definitely going to go. Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, that's a shame. I need to say, I think the Scottish breweries seem to be doing okay. I haven't heard anything of the Scottish breweries
Mhm.
having that, but then again, I think the Scottish government's maybe a bit more interventionist than the British government is. So
Mhm.
just need
Yeah.
to see. Just need to
Yeah.
see.
Just
Aye.
hope ours survives and I can buy some cheap brew kit, or we can buy some cheap brew kit.
Yeah, we can call it the Gay Headphones Brewing Company.
The Hooligan Brewing Co.
Oh, the elite. No, it has to be the Elite Brewing Co. Oh,
Elitist.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, man.
I, I, I
Abs-
was I was thinking about that earlier. I was thinking about for my DC Brew Co. I was thinking about what I'm going to call certain beers. I might just name them subtly after things he says. And I think I was going to call my
the
Belgian Pale Ale was going to be called Defamation.
oh, you'd have to have the opinion Imperial Stout.
Yeah.
Yeah. The darkest beer you can get, the opinion Imperial Stout.
Well, darkest imperial or darkest beer you could get would be a fucking pale ale if he had his way.
Oh, oh dearie dear. Ah, we could invite him on.
Yeah, might do. We'll see on the next Hotfix. Well, I'm not going to invite them Hotfix and Chill for a few
Well, we
weeks.
can invite him. We can invite him on. We can invite him on here if he gets the link.
I got no method of sending it to him ever since he blocked me. So
I don't know if I've got a way of doing it. He's blocked me on Twitter and Instagram and all of this kind of thing. So yeah, he's not blocked me on Facebook. I don't think. It's not checked bright enough. But yeah, I'm going to sit somewhere a bit more comfortable, I think.
okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I went for. Sofa.
Yeah. I'm just going to come in here, I think. Very nice and dark.
Oh, nice.
This is where I'm going to bring you, Harry.
I'll come willingly.
You come willingly. Yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah, no, I think back to my natural position.
Yep.
I'll probably end up falling asleep and stuff like that.
I'll just leave. I'll just leave and you'll be falling asleep live on.
I'll be like, yeah. On the last stream, I very nearly, yeah, I nearly fell asleep. I was watching bits and bobs, and there's bits where you can see me on the couch, just like,
just going.
it's like, yeah.
There was one time I remember doing years ago. I remember doing a stream with Stuart, and he just fell asleep and started snoring, and I was like, had to put him on mute, and this was Hangouts, and I couldn't kick him, so he was just sitting there, just using up the space.
You know, I would remember being on that with Stuart as well. And he's sitting in his armchair, and then after about 10 minutes, he's like, he's like falling over. He's like falling over the armchair like this, and he's like, oh dear. Yeah. Oh, we've got a few more comments now. Davor is asking any recommendations where to buy the previous breweries like Yonder. I think he's meaning Yonder and
Yonder. Yonder is definitely easier to get a hold of. Little Earth Project you can buy it from. Beautiful Beers is probably your best bet for that.
Mm-hmm.
If not Beautiful Beers, then probably Optimism. And then you'll probably find Yonder on Optimism as well. You'll probably find Yonder on Beautiful Beers. Mills, I can't find it anywhere online. I've only got it in person from people who have accounts with the wholesaler is called Pig's Ears, and so I tend to buy it off mates who have bars and stuff. But I've never found it for an acceptable price online. Everything is like £5, £6, £7 more than it would normally be. But yeah, I'll have to have a look. Mills online.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a brewery I definitely want to try, actually.
Yeah.
Definitely one. Steve is asking, you do reviews in the morning, or do you mean they aired this morning? I mean, the videos always air at 7 a.m. Central European time, but I mean, in fairness, sometimes if I wake up like really early, like 4 or something, or 5, and I want something to do, I will. Sometimes I do just film a beer review.
Right, Jay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, copying the Therio, yeah. Copying the Therio. Yeah. I just film when I feel like, to be honest.
Beer Gonzo has had some mills. Brew Cavern, it's probably all sold out.
Uh-huh.
I used to shop at Brew Cavern every single week. Yeah, it's sold out.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere's out of stock.
Interesting. Michael's asking, Desert Island beer guys, what style would you want washing up?
If it was on Desert Island, have to be some of this, or in fact not this. I'd say the Hackashaw Oktoberfest. That's my beer.
Mm-hmm. Pilsner Urquell, I think, would do me.
Yeah.
I'd probably go for the unfiltered Pilsner Urquell that you get at the brewery.
I'd love to try that because I think the Pilsner Urquell that we get shit. I just think it's green bottle for one, and it just doesn't travel.
Mm. The one that we get up here is actually pretty decent, I think. Yeah, it's pretty good. Steve is asking what I think of Nerd Brewing, so I should know it. Yeah, no, it's been Nerd Brewing. They do a lot of stouts, actually. They've obviously got a very good base recipe for stouts, and they're just playing around with different barrel agings and stuff. I had a really good double IPA from them a while back that I picked up in Copenhagen. And I've also got a barley wine from them coming, so you will see me review the barley wine. But in my experience, Nerd Brewing are pretty damn good, I have to say. I think they might be the best rated brewery according to Untapped in Sweden these days.
Okay.
So yeah, and Real Pilsner is like cheers and good day, rock, good day and rock and roll. Me going to prepare kebab pizza improv. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I think I might have to cut this one at at past. I'm sitting here like falling asleep.
Yeah, it's no problem. I'm similar.
Yeah, I think we've both had kind of longer days and stuff, so might be
Yeah.
early nights.
I've got a stream that kicks off later, which it's not on my channel, it's on my mate's gaming channel, and which I'm starting to be part of. It's kind of playing Battlefield badly.
Which are you playing? Which console are you playing on?
I play on Xbox One. We record it for 2 hours, and then he edits it and goes up. Last night I was terrible at it. So, last night I had 2 cans of dragon soup. So, the soup. I have to get you bring some soup when you come over.
My uncle's shop sells dragon soup, so I can get dragon soup.
It's the worst. Really is. Like I had 1 can. I was like, half an hour later, I was feeling the buzz off it. And I wasn't sure whether that was a caffeine or the booze. I'm fairly sure it's caffeine, so I'm not good with caffeine at all. And then I had another can and reviewed it. I just thought, let's just get rid of them, get them done all in one day, and then I don't have to review them again for a while. And I just had it. I basically chugged it, got rid of it, and yeah, it just hit me pretty hard. It wasn't so much the booze; it was more the caffeine because it's 35 milligrams per can. So it was like two lots of that, and then you get the booze as well. I managed to get rid of the booze from just having pints and pints of water for like 4 or 5 pints of water last night, and then just like I had such a headache as well from it. I was like just 2 or 3 paracetamol and go to bed. That was my night, and I was trying to game whilst doing it. And I said to them, I was just like, nah, I can't play, cannot play.
Sometimes it's just not worth it, isn't it?
No, it just wasn't. Yeah, there's no point.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Ah, dear. Yeah. No, I've not played games properly in quite a wee while actually. So it's yeah. Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I tend to just play. I think I don't have many games, but the games that I do have, I play a lot of. So I only have like Battlefield. I've always bought the new Battlefield or the Battlefront, but Battlefield, and then FIFA. That's literally it. I'm not a gamer person at all.
I mean, I always liked a little bit of Assassin's Creed. I liked the Uncharted series as well, but then yeah, FIFA and stuff were the kind of things that I was playing. Yeah.
Yeah. The FIFA we play with my mates is shots outside the box. You have to make up your own rules for this, but shots outside the box, 2 points if you get a goal from them. and then red cards are 1 point. If you score your goalkeeper, it's 5 points. And if you get all your players sent off, then you win the game. And it's just the ultimate leveler. It makes every single player, whether you've never played FIFA before, or whether you played FIFA all your life, it just makes everyone on the same level, and it's great to play it. Yeah, I think football should be like that. It's basically like watching the conference. There's some good solid tackles.
Yeah, I mean, I've not really. I've never tried the thing. I thought the game's automatically abandoned if you got too many players sent off.
If that's the point where you win. So it's 5 players sent off.
Mm-hmm.
It's good fun.
Yeah, that sounds it. Yeah, I'm wondering. I might actually. I think maybe in about 5 minutes, I'm sitting here like falling asleep. How are you for sleep?
Problems, man. No problems. No problems.
Yeah.
Call it when you want.
I'm just getting old. I'm working from early tomorrow as well, and I'm just sitting here like I think that's the kebab pizza. I think it's all going to the stomach and just being like, I think that's it. Yeah.
Now.
Oh yeah, no. After that, it definitely will knock you out. But I mean, maybe tomorrow I can do another wee stream. I think my beer box from Glassbank might arrive tomorrow, so maybe we can do another wee small stream for a couple of hours and stuff like that, and see.
Yeah. I'll probably be absolutely shattered tomorrow, but yeah, I should be up for one.
I will see, because tomorrow, do I have any other plans? No, I don't. But my classes for Japanese and for the Russian history stuff, that's finished now. So, yeah. We've got Rory. Get Rory in for a wee bit. Rory, how's it going?
Hello, not too bad, thanks. You all right?
Doing good. I think the pair of us are just shattered.
Yeah,
I'm quite tired actually. Going from work.
Nice. I think we were.
Good call it a day.
I think we were just about to call it a day actually.
Okay, fair enough. No worries.
Yeah. I think we were just gonna kind of call it soon, but obviously I can leave it open for you guys to kind of sit and chill for a little bit and stuff. I'm working from early again tomorrow, so
right, okay.
That's it. I need to.
You need your Zeds.
Yeah, I need my Zeds definitely. I'm getting old as well. So just like,
yeah. You're not much older than me, James.
Well, wait till you turn 28, then you'll be like, yeah.
27 in July. It's not long.
Oh, you're just a jumped up 20-year-old.
Yeah. I'm 21 in July.
At least you're not. At least you're not 21 and 20. At least you're not 21 for the 27th time and behaving like a 14-year-old. But,
you get women like that where I am. Like you get 48-year-old, 50-year-old women like dressing like a 21-year-old. It's embarrassing.
It's to be a hooligan. That's what he is.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you're not Belgian.
You Belgian nails, you Belgian brewery. If you drink Belgian ales, then you stay young.
all those triples and
If you drink Belgian ales, then you get to go to. If you drink Belgian ales, then you get to join the elite.
Belgian twibbles.
Twibbles.
Quadruples.
Quadruple.
You work on your quads.
I was talking about the other day how he called the what was it, that Evil Twin collab with he calls it what do you call it?
Gauche.
Gauche, that was it, yeah. Gauche. Breakfast gauche.
She's lovely gauche.
Yeah, funny.
Oh dear.
Anyway, I'll head off then if you want to pack it up.
Well, you guys can stay. You guys can sort of. You guys can stay on in the back room and stuff. Obviously, let's say I think we'll maybe just end the live cast here because I'm sitting falling asleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I actually was saying I was going to cut it at midnight, and it's 23:15 just now. So
Yeah.
might as well.
Nice.
It's close. It's close. But yeah, guys, no, for those of you who've been watching the live stream, I'm sorry, I'm just getting too old for this stuff now. And I guess I did start this one pretty late because I had my Japanese class. So ideally, I could start it a little bit earlier. But it seems to be as soon as I sit down these days, I'm getting like my dad used to be. You know, I'm getting like I seem to have inherited that. So. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but no, guys. For all of you who've watched, and for all of you that have watched and things, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed another wee unboxing and things. It's been good to have Harry for the duration. Nice to have Rory at the end as well. We need to get Rory on earlier, I think, next time. But no, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you soon. Make sure you check out Harry's channel, and you'll see Rory on my channel at some point in the future as well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Ciao, guys. Slange just out.
Take it easy, man.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.